The Arizona Cardinals are coming off their bye week, and guess what? It's division rival week. The San Francisco 49ers are coming into town. What do the Arizona Cardinals need to do to stay competitive or even relevant in this game? Let's get started. Alright everybody, welcome back into another video. Definitely do me a huge favor, smack the like button on this video and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content. Make sure you follow me on all my social platforms. Everything will be in the description below. Alright everybody, let's go and dive into it. Let's talk about the Cardinals versus the 49ers, ladies and gentlemen, rival week. Now, this is not like a rival week like we've had in past years, right? Now, we all know where the Arizona Cardinals are at right now in the standings. We are a 3-10 team, and we got one of the best teams in the entirety of the NFL. I mean, NFC and AFC, and that's the San Francisco 49ers, right? Right now, they are 10-3, and I don't think anybody is competing for the NFC West, and I think the San Francisco 49ers are obviously going to be running away with that division this year, and it sucks for me to say, but this team is as well-rounded as it gets. They are kind of a scary team, I'm not going to lie to you. If you think about the top NFC teams this year, we're talking about the Cowboys, the Eagles, as well as the San Francisco 49ers, and of course, there's some other notable people out there, but the San Francisco 49ers might be the best of the bunch, right? We ended up seeing them play against the Eagles. They destroyed them. We seen them play against the Dallas Cowboys. They destroyed them. We ended up seeing them play against the Arizona Cardinals. They destroyed us as well. So this is going to be a matchup where I don't think the Arizona Cardinals are going to be winning this game, or I don't think any Cardinal fans believe that this game is going to be won by the Cardinals at all. Now, I think one thing that we're hoping for as Cardinal fans is at least to be competitive, right? We're trying to see a elevation of Kyler Murray getting better and better each week, right? Now, what we've seen so far in terms of the Cardinal offense, and I'm not just pinning this on Kyler Murray, the entirety of the offense needs to get better, right, in general, because we're going to be facing a top 10 defense in the San Francisco 49ers, right? And if that unit doesn't get it done, their offense sure as heck's going to get it done, right? With Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, and their two wide receivers in Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk, they had a powerhouse of a team over there. I don't see any flaw in that team. Now, there might be some pieces here and there that might have some injuries, but they got one of the best defensive lines in the NFL as well. So this is going to be a very, very tough matchup for the Cardinals. Now, what I hope to see is obviously a competitive type of game because it's a division game. I hope the Cardinals can at least stand somewhat of a chance like we kind of did in the first half of the first game. But obviously, once the San Francisco 49ers knew that like we were trying to win, they kind of put the foot on our necks and kind of ran away with the game, right? Right now with what we're seeing, we didn't play the San Francisco 49ers with Kyler Murray, right? We ended up playing that game with Josh Dobbs. And we all kind of know that Josh Dobbs, that whole storyline, it seems to kind of now be taking a back seat because I think the Vikings have now benched him and probably going to be moving into a different direction with the whole quarterback situation. So the Cardinals right now, obviously with Kyler Murray always being the guy this year, this is still a evaluation year for the Arizona Cardinals. So one thing that I would like to see is our offense get going. And I get it. This is going to be a tough stretch ending the season, right? We got the San Francisco 49ers, the Chicago Bears, and then we got the Eagles, and then we got the Seahawks, which is probably going to be fighting for a playoff spot. So we are not looking to be in the best spot in terms of finishing off the season strong. But one thing we can hope for in terms of Cardinal fans, we can hope to be at least be competitive, right? I want to see Kyler Murray have a 250-yard game, right? And I mean throwing, right? He said it himself. So far with what we've seen in these last 4 games, he has felt like this is his preseason, right? He hasn't played in over a year, and he's come back, and obviously there was a game that he looked pretty good, and then there's some games that he looked decent, and then I felt like the defense kind of took control of that Steelers game. So there's been kind of a lot of Cardinal fans right now kind of unknown in terms of what the future of Kyler Murray is going to be. What we would want is for Kyler Murray to get better and better and better. I don't think we're really truly looking for, we're not looking for wins. We're looking for being competitive, right? And it all starts here coming off the bye week. We should be getting a little bit healthier. I think last time I looked, I think Michael Wilson is starting to practice, and that is our big body threat, right? And I think it's kind of obvious right now that the Arizona Cardinals, with the small wide receiving core that we have, it's not going to get the job done, right? We need those big body guys out there, and hopefully Michael Wilson's going to be able to give our offense a resurgence, because we need that right now. Trey McBride can't do it all himself, and he's going to be hopefully the next up and coming tight end out there, but we still need that big X wide receiver out there, right? Marquise Hollywood-Brown ain't getting it done, and Rondo Moore is that big deep threat guy. And honestly, I think in the grand scheme of things, our offense needs to get clicking fast, because if we don't get clicking fast, this game can turn around really, really ugly, right? I think last game we ended up playing against them, I think Brandon Ayuk was the guy that we ended up getting torched. We got torched by Brandon Ayuk in the air, and then we ended up getting torched on the ground with Christian McCaffrey as well. Now, I think Brock Purdy has been getting some criticism heading into the year. Now, obviously, this guy's been playing very, very good. We're looking at a unfair advantage here for the Arizona Cardinals. It would be unfair for us to say, I want to expect a win, right? If Kyler Murray wants to keep his job, we want to win this game, because look at it, right? Roster per roster, that team is set to win a Super Bowl. Our team is being stripped down, or was stripped down to the studs. Now, although we still want to see a competitive type of football, we still want to see some points being put on the board. I think in the grand scheme of things, we're going to be seeing another Cardinal loss, which is very unfortunate. But as of right now, where we're standing out in the draft order for our pick, we are sitting at the 3rd overall spot in the NFL draft. And then with the Texans pick, we are sitting at the 15th overall spot in the NFL draft. So got 2 first-round picks. Hopefully, the Texans continue to lose. They only help us with our draft stock and draft capital, so we'll have to kind of wait to see how that all shakes out. But I want to see somebody get shut down, right? I want to see either Brandon Ayuk not get a good game, or Christian McCaffrey. And I get it's really hard to ask for anything, because we can't have anything nice in terms of Cardinal fans, but that's kind of what we're expecting, right? We need to see something different. Now, I don't think Marco Wilson will be playing, because Marco Wilson was one of the biggest reasons why we had Brandon Ayuk had a huge game against the Cardinals. Marco Wilson has taken a step back in terms of we're starting to see other cornerbacks arise, whether that's Keitrell Clark or Garrett Williams, but grand scheme of things, they are still young cornerbacks, right? So that will be exposed for the Cardinals secondary. Although we do like our veterans in the safety or cornerback position has always been a scarcity, right? After Patrick Peterson has left, we still haven't been able to solidify those positions in the cornerback spots. But we got some young, promising talent here, and we'll have to kind of wait and see how, Garrett Williams shakes out, as well as Keitrell Clark. So TBD. Now, I do think that Christian McCaffrey is going to be the one to gash us. It's been like that for the entirety of the year. The moment we lost Kazir White, it was a big blow. But let's be honest, our run defense has been atrocious this year, and I do think that Christian McCaffrey is going to be the guy. So if you have him in your fantasy team or your daily fantasy team, Christian McCaffrey might be the guy to go over probably 120 yards, 150 yards on the Arizona Cardinals, because our run defense is absolutely atrocious. So what we need to do is our offense needs to get clicking. We need to make sure that our defense isn't on the field for the majority of the game, because if that does happen, this game can go sideways really, really, really quickly for the Cardinals, and that's not something we want to see, especially coming off a win against the Steelers. We want to build off of that game. We want to build off the Steelers game, and we want to be competitive in this game. I don't see a win for the Arizona Cardinals, but I want to see Kyler Murray get better. I want to see Michael Wilson being utilized. I want to see a continuation of Trey McBride getting the ball, and hopefully a big game for the offense. Our defense, they're going to have their work cut out for them, but it is what it is at this very moment. Ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts of this game heading into Sunday? Do you think this is going to be a bloodbath, or do you think the Arizona Cardinals will be competitive? Let me know here in the comments below. I appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. Have a great rest of your day, and go Cards.